Hello everyone, so good to see you all. I know it's been about a month or so since I put out my last video. I do have videos coming out. I just need to edit them and publish them. One thing I have been doing is I've been writing a lot more, so if you want to follow some of the writing that I'm talking about, I will have a link to my Twitter account, reactivated that. I also will have a link to Medium where I've been posting on there, so if you want to read what I've been writing, I haven't been doing as many videos, but I've been writing a lot more. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I just want to talk about some news items that came out that I'm kind of excited about and sort of perplexed about some other ones. The ones I'm excited about are the Sony a7 IV that just got released, and it is the update to the a7 III. The biggest difference is going to have a better sensor, so 33 megapixels up from 24 megapixels, better image stabilization, better autofocus, eye autofocus, even in video. So for someone who's just getting into photography or video, who wants to do like more hybrid work, or just you have a camera that you can do kind of all with, I guess you would say, this looks pretty cool. Now I will say the a7 II that I'm using and even the a7 III, they're still really good cameras. So just because the new one came out, I'm not picking it up, and I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, but I still am planning on using the a7 II for the foreseeable future. But I also again wrote on Medium, and I will leave a link down below to this particular post where I talked about maybe you don't need a full frame camera anymore. And I'm really starting to believe that these other cameras like the A6100, A6400, Fuji's cameras, like the APS-C sensors, or even smaller sensors, Micro Four Thirds, I think they will suffice for 99% of people who are looking to take pictures. But if you are someone who wants a full frame Sony camera, the new a7 IV just came out and it looks really cool. I think it starts at $3,000, $4,000. I can't remember. I will have a link again down below to where you can see the pre-order. You can pre-order them now. Item number 2, new MacBook Pros. This is really cool for people like myself who, I would say I'm more prosumer, where I do a lot of pro work for myself, but also a lot of consumer work for myself. This is really sweet because it gets rid of the dongles and gets rid of all the add-ons that you have to use. One, SD card reader, which I'm really excited about. 2, you get 3 USB-C ports. It has a MagSafe connector, so you can fast charge both the 16-inch and 14-inch computer. Newer processor and graphic cards and all that good stuff. And so it's really cool. You can start with the 14-inch model, and it starts at $2,000. That's the base model with 512 gigabytes of storage and 16 gigabytes of RAM. And I think, to be honest, that will be suffice for a lot of people. I would say bump up the storage to 1 terabyte at the very minimum, but people like us, we don't need the Pro Max chip. The Pro chip will probably be just fine and will save quite a bit of money, even though it has all these really cool features and really like the SD card port, which I love. I'm sticking with my MacBook Air. One, I just picked it up not too long ago, and it would be highly irresponsible for me to buy another computer right now. 2, this MacBook Air fits my needs, exceeds my needs, right? I can edit 4K, 8K video on this thing, and it works perfectly fine. Like, of course, it's not as fast, and there's no fans to cool it off, but it works, and I really do like it. Now, I do plan on picking up one of these computers some point. I don't know when. In all honesty, I'll probably hand this MacBook Air over to my son and let him use it. And the nice part with these computers is that if I give it to him, I know he can use it. He's going he's in 6th grade right now. He could use it through high school. And that's not even a maybe. He could use it through high school. And so that might be a really good investment. Just give him this one and then let him, use it till he goes off to college. And then the MacBook Pro, which the 14-inch, which I would get, for me, if I get that, that's a computer that I want to use for the next 7-8 years easily. Like, it's something where I don't want to have to upgrade every couple years. I want to get one thing that's going to last a while, and then I can invest in glass or invest in new cameras or all that other fun stuff, and not the not a computer. It's not fun. But I'm really excited about this. I'm glad they brought back the SD card slot. It does have a HDMI port, which I don't really use ever, so alright, whatever. and it has promotion. Like, you can read, I will have links down below to where you can read about, see other videos about the MacBook Pros and the Sony a7 IV. The one piece of news that has me kind of puzzled is DJI came out with their new action camera, the update to the DJI Osmo Action, which is this guy here. This is a really cool camera. I use this thing all the time. Front facing screen, back facing screen, SD card slot. You know, it's all the typical action camera stuff. It looks good. It's super rugged. One of my favorite action cameras. I normally will get an action camera and then like return it or just don't use it. I use this all the time for shooting time lapses, to just taking on little walks wherever we go. Like, this is really, really cool. Well, DJI came out with a new one, and it's a cube. It reminds me of the GoPro Hero Session, I believe, where it's a cube and you kind of just did everything in this cube. But this one is modular, so you can add on a front-facing screen, which also has an extra battery pack. You can just add on just a battery pack. But it's kind of like, it's almost as if DJI went into the lab and said, hey, this is a really cool idea that no one's asking for, because we tried it, or other people have tried it before and it didn't stick. So let's do it again. And for me, this is not something I'm even interested in, because what I like about the Osmo Action is that I can hook up for like $12. I can hook up a piece like this, which gives me a headphone jack. I stick it right into the side of the USB-C port, and boom, I can put an external mic. Even though I'm using one right now, I could use an external mic on this action camera, and it's super slick. You know, it's really nice. You can't do that with the new one. And also, I'm just not into the cubed form factor. It does have magnets, so you can attach it to different things. You can put it on a car. You can have, it has a little lanyard, or you can put it on under your shirt, like on your shirt, and that kind of stuff. So it has potential, I think, but it's just not for me. I think, you know, obviously GoPro is still the king of the industry, and this is the form factor that they use, and it's the form factor for a reason. And I'm not saying like you can't get away from this type of form factor, but this works. And I have the nice big screen, a nice touch screen. I have the screen up front. I have a really good camera. I have a changeable lens, which I don't think they have on that one. So yeah, I'm really not excited about that camera, and I was hoping they would come out with a newer version, like same body, but just put a 1-inch sensor in here. That would be awesome. Like a 1-inch sensor in a form factor like this would be amazing. However, one company that did put a 1-inch sensor into their device is Sony. They came out with a new phone that has a 1-inch sensor in the phone. It looks awesome. It's pretty much their little compact camera that they sell. I forgot the name of it. It's like that, but in a phone. Like, it's the same sensor. You're just getting it in a phone version. It looks really cool. I mean, all the videos I've seen. Again, I will have links down below to those videos. The footage looks incredible. It looks really good. The problem is it starts at $1,800 for a phone. And of course they're saying it's not a phone. Like, you get a really nice display. You get I think there's 3 cameras on there. You get like a physical button to take pictures, the shutter button. It has the 24mm lens, has I think goes down to like 2.0 aperture, so you can get like really nice shallow depths of field. You can get really good low light pictures. It has like a floating image stabilization in there, so it looks really good. But for $1,800, that's a hard sell, especially when you're like, this is where I go back and forth. Like, this Sony a7 II, even though it's older, this thing will work as long as I have batteries that will work with it. It's gonna work for a while, like a long while. With a phone or even like a tablet or something, the hardware may be able to run for 10 years, but the software probably isn't. And it's going to get to a point where the software just won't really work anymore. And I don't want to be handicapped because of that. So I really like that idea. I really like bringing better sensors to these cameras. I just wish, you know, it was in here. Like, I wish this had that sensor. I wish this had that processing power, you know, in a 1-inch sensor. However, it will be pretty cool to see what you can get with a really good sensor in a phone, right? So maybe you can use the stock Android camera, which is a great HDR and all that, you know, the processing power of Google, with a really good 1-inch sensor lens. I mean, and Sony makes great lenses. Oh, it also has eye autofocus in video. So, I mean, if you're in the market for a new phone and a new camera and you use Android, maybe this could be the one device. Like $1,800 isn't that bad, especially if you keep the phone for a while and instead of buying a new phone, you're, you know, kind of getting it all in one. The problem is if you're shooting video, taking pictures, and someone calls you, then it kind of ruins that whole appeal. But I'm really excited, you know, especially being able to take a picture, shoot a video, and then share it right away to Instagram, Twitter, or Glass. I will leave a link down to my Glass profile down below. But it's a very, very interesting concept that again, I personally am not going to buy it, but it looks really cool. I'm glad Sony is doing it, and hopefully it will push other people, Apple, Samsung, Google, to do the same thing. Like, put real sensors in these cameras and let's really see what we could do. Thank you as always for watching this video. This is, again, not my typical video. This is more of a news update, you know, things that I'm really excited about that just got released. I don't plan on buying any of these right away, if ever. The only one I could see myself getting is the MacBook Pro, the 14-inch MacBook Pro. Right now I have 2 terabytes of storage in the 13-inch MacBook Air, and I'm not even like close to filling it up. However, I'll probably get 4 terabytes just because I want all the space that I can get and afford. There is an 8 terabyte option, but that is not for me. If you are in the market for a new phone, a camera, whatever, you know, let me know down in the comments below. Are you interested in the new DJI camera, the Sony cameras, or the Sony phone, or the MacBook Pro? Like, what are you guys interested in? Thank you as always for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye bye.